What up, cappers, gamblers, punters? The weekend is nigh. The weekend is close. Let's bag ourselves some winners before we get lit up. Let's get to it. Big game to start the day. Cubs, Pirates. Thank God for line shopping. Got the first 5-4. My book was offering 4.5. We had a line shop to get the 4, and I pushed there. If I hadn't made the bet, I'd already be down $181.82, which would be disappointing, but I didn't due to line shopping. And thanks to Michael Ervelina from the chat, giving me confidence not to take the bad line and to find the good line. We got the cappers joining us right now. Scotty Rock forever, first on the scene, as he always is. Much respect to Scotty Rock for being the first on the scene. Marco Liu, Sean Robertson, Dennis Garcia, Steven Ala, a Marine, is joining us just before he goes off to training. Love that. Flipper 13, Anthony L. And Flipper 13, 2-0 in WNBA already. Great work. Ulysses Hayes, my man. Ulysses Hayes is in the house. And we got a ton to talk about. As you can see on the ledger, we have a ton to talk about. We got MLB, NBA, Belmont, UFC, WNBA, and then, of course, Lucrative Larry, old Bulgogi Larry, who's hit 5 straight, 4 straight in Korea, and then he hit the over in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. He's got the Warriors minus 4.5 tonight. And what else? What else is Larry's plays of the future have in store for us? All right. Old Mexican Tex Salazar for horse race. Nice. New name for my man Salazar. Oh, Suze387 listening from Hawaii. Like that. My man Young Vaughn, D-backs, A's, Yanks, Indians, Marlins. Anthony Gardner from the Bahamas here. Respect. We got the Bahamas in the house. Look, Matty Ice is joining us. Only here for the WNBA. Matty Ice is with us. Well, we got a lot to talk about, so let's get right to work. Let's get right to work. Pirates, Cubs, gone, done. Looked like it was going to be a nice high-scoring game for those of you who are on the over, and then the scoring came to a screeching halt. First up, we have Giants, Nationals. I had to lean to the over. We talked it out in the morning show. I decided not to make a move. Although I don't think Strasburg is the same pitcher he once was. I also am not sure what Suarez is going to give us. He is coming off his best outing of the season. He's got some okay numbers. 42 Ks, 8 walks, and 43 2/3, 1.21 whip. There's a reason why they kept him in the rotation when he was getting touched early on in the season. The Giants have a tough time in Washington. I decided to stay off of that game. I was very tight with the picks that I ended up making. CRC joining us. Osmana Man in the house. Ralph Portwando on the Toronto under 9 and Angels under 9. Book it. Very interesting games that we will get to, but we got to keep rolling. Oh no, and Tomar lost with Cubs first 5, 4 runs in the first 2 innings. I know, rough start. All right, let's roll. So I'm off that game. Then we have Brewers at Phillies. Now, we talked about a lot of the leans, and we broke the games down together on the morning show, and this is one of the games where I listened to you, cappers, on the chat, and I went with you. I am taking the under in Brewers, Phillies. I believe in Chacin and Velasquez. I was not a believer in Velasquez as the season started out, but he has grown on me. He's not just throwing 96 miles an hour right down the middle. Kobe Valentine on our last game says San Francisco getting very healthy. I think they are a bet-on team right now. I think San Francisco's a live dog here. And Dark Ken on the Giants reverse run line. Maybe I skipped over that too fast. My man Darcy Kretchen representing Vancouver Island in the house. And Melee Payless Way on Nationals, San Francisco under. Anthony L. on the Nationals. I can understand that. I can understand you thinking they're live, Kobe, but I'm going to stay off of them here. But I did decide to jump on this under 8. So let's talk a little bit about it. Brewers have lost 5 of 7. Their offense is not producing, averaging just 2.3 runs per game over that last 7. Phillies 13 and 19 on the road, but 19 and 9 at home. But their bats have fallen asleep. Ever since Rhys Hoskins took a ball in the mouth, their bats have fallen asleep. And Searcy just said, I just bet San Francisco. Very interesting. Mr. Pixgod is joining us. Nice. Says, Philly tough at home. Yes, they're tough at home. But that was a long trip they were just on. And I just don't trust their bats right now. Nate Pereira saying Coors fade. That was tough. That was a tough spot I thought about all day, and I did end up going with Nostratota and the Rockies on the Coors Fade at plus 195, but we will get to that. Marco Luz says, I noticed the Rays are getting some money play. They'll be getting a ton of money play. No doubt about it. Sniffin saying best bet of the day is Seattle. I have no idea why it's such a low line. I agree with that. Young Vaughn says, Coors Fade still in play. It is. It is, but when it's a pick'em, you have the choice. You have the choice of team, and we are going with Herman Marquez and the home team there. But let's keep rolling. So I did jump on the under 8. Chacin, coming off 5 2/3 scoreless, has always had the Phillies number. 2.13 ERA, 0.969 or 0.97 WHIP. We know that Chacin, if he struggles even a little bit or can't go long, this Brewers bullpen is lights out. So we have a couple. My man Colf Coleone in the house. Nice to have you. Tomarino Tomor says Suarez was great against Philly, but he's great against lefties, and Philly isn't hitting Eileen Washington run line, but Strasburg has not been good enough. I agree with that. Oh, Pink Eye Genie is here. Pink Eye Genie is here, spreading pink eye awareness. Thank God for that. Says stay away from the brown eye, may cause pink eye. I could not have said that better myself, Pink Eye Genie. Thank you for coming here, not only sharing your insights on these games at hand, but also spreading pink eye awareness. God damn, are we lucky to have you? All right, let's get it. So I did jump on that under 8. I have not made that an official pick yet on the show. So let's line shop right now at SBR odds. Totals. All right. Kobe Valentine says officially off San Francisco after seeing this. Evan Longoria and Austin Jackson are doubtful tonight versus Washington. Both bats are kind of cold, but obviously you'd want Longoria in the lineup if you were going to take the Giants. That does, that does make me kind of lean towards Washington, but I just don't trust Strasburg. Kobe Valentine saying also that JD Martinez has been downgraded to out tonight versus the White Sox. Very, very interesting. Nice. Parlay Poppy checking out the bag in HD. I like it. Thank you, Parlay Poppy. Respect. Okay. So we're line shopping here for the under. Pinnacle giving me plus 100. It's juiced to the over, but it's not juiced to the over everywhere, which is interesting. Actually, it pretty much is. Let's see what our friends from UWager are handling. They're giving you a minus 105 on the under. If you're interested in UWager, please hit the link at the bottom of the show. UWager is good to us, good to Loshak in the bag. I like this plus 100. Feel like that's the best opportunity I'm going to get from our friends at Pinnacle, and I'm booking it. Under 8, plus 100. Now, I'm very curious to see if this works, because it wasn't one of my initial plays this morning, and the chat talked me into it, and I know that I need to listen to you guys more, and if I do, my units will go up. So that's what I've done here. I'm very interested in it. Okay, let's keep rolling. Oh, Cornelius Kidwell joining us. Nice. Says Strasburg is definitely in play here. And Ron Fig in the house. Ron Fig in the house. Wow. Okay, I did not know that, Ron Fig. But we're good. We're safe here. We're safe here, Ron Fig. You're in good hands. Oh, Bill Butlicker here says, Jimmy, I wanted to send you some UFC breakdowns, but I was absurdly busy at work today. Just got off, but I'll be in the chat to chop it up. We got live dogs in UFC for sure. That is great. Thank you, because our man Clint, our man Anna Marak has sent me essays on these fights tonight. So we'll do it. We'll do the best that we can. We'll get that cash the best we can. My man Salty Dog giving me a shout out for the Belmont video. Thank you, Salty Dog. God, I'm so excited about that race. It will be hard not to be very intoxicated by the time that sets off. Nothing excites me more than the third jewel of the Triple Crown with a horse who has a chance at the Triple Crown, who I'm not taking to win, because we fade those horses, as you know. My man Joshua Gray says, I tried to talk you into taking the Astros run line yesterday. Told you 2 times, but hey, Joshua Gray, I'm listening. I'm doing my best, man. I'm doing my best. And yes, I should have listened to you yesterday. And I'm on them today. And you haven't told me about that. But, you know, Joshua Gray, it's not because I don't respect you. I'm trying to get that cash. Ron Fix says, I was talking to Walter Trotter, Jimmy. You know I love you in SBR. Hey, Ron. You're a huge guy, man. We love you. Ron, you are part of the low bag family. Never question that, my man. Okay. My man Smooth in the house. Nice. James Wilson, talk picks. Okay. So that's what's up for me. Oh, and Marshall produces. What's up, Jimmy? Let's hammer the Belmont, and we will. Nice. Parlay Poppy blind-tailing Jimmy with 500 on his horse antics. Yeah! Yeah! Get that paper. I'm only putting 300 on it, but I like that you're going higher than me. Also, I would be betting 500 on it too if I wasn't getting killed lately. So, and I have 500 in my HBI account, so I might be making. So there's a ton of Grade 1 races, so I might be making some extra bets. Mark Lewis is in the house. Nice, Mark Lewis joining us. I never know what Mark Lewis is going to give us. I never know if it's going to be wonderful, and he's exciting. Mark Lewis is exciting. Thank you for joining us. Josef Tucker, Marco Gonzalez, strikeouts over. I like that. Speaking of which, you guys, now that I have you, we're going to go through the rest of the games fast, but I could not find proper head-to-head matchups. Bookmaker wasn't giving them. Bovada gave me 3 that weren't very good. I can't find proper head-to-head matchups at any of these books right now. So if any of you guys know where I can find them, let me know, because that Belmont segment is coming up. It's my man Smooth says, I smell an upset in the Belmont. I hope so. I'm going for that. I am going for that. Okay, let's keep... Oh, Bill Butler says, Jimmy, seriously, all bullshit aside, even though I've never been interested in horses, you've made it not only appealing, but entertaining, insightful, and exciting. Thank you. God damn, that sounds good, Bill Butler, because there's a belief that this kind of horse racing industry is dying. Now, we do know that if gambling is legalized across the states, the horse books will have sports books inside them, and that might help us very, very much. But let's keep rolling. Tomor saying, Sale hasn't been in good form, and Boston hits at home against righties. Covey is nothing special. Let's keep rolling. Okay, we will get to that Boston game very soon. Osmana Man says, Bill, since when does Jimmy bet MMA, or he going to tail us? Yes, I don't. Well, I mean, I make rec bets in MMA, but I got some of our top cappers to send me information so that we could cap these fights together and get that paper. Osmana Man. It's all about paper. Okay, let's keep rolling. Had a drunk conversation as the races prior. Yeah, keep looking for it, guys, if you can. Okay. Orioles at Jays. There was talk about the under. I'm not comfortable with the under. I just don't trust Cashner, even though he has great numbers in Toronto. And a lot of people believe that Happ is a regression candidate. Game time, temp 66 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out, but sideways. And that last night's come from behind victory for these Jays hurt me right in the wallet. I was going to have a great day, and it really hurt me. Cashner held the Blue Jays to 4 hits, 3 walks, no runs. April 10th at Camden Yards. I'm off this game. These are 2 terrible teams, and I'm just staying off it. My man Flipper13 says, horse racing is dying, sucks. Track should pay out more. You know what? Horse racing is dying, but we are building it. We are building it back up here at Lowbag. My man Stephen Alla says, Jimmy, getting the capping community working together so we all win. What, man? Stephen Alla, no. This pales in comparison to what you're doing as a Marine. But building this community means so much to Pete and I. And while I'm saying that, can we just all give a shout out to Mr. Pete Loshak, the legend Loshak. He will be back on Tuesday. We miss him and wish him well in New York City. Anthony L says, I hate this game. Either lay minus 200 with Blue Jays or bet Trashner on the road. Hard pass next. I agree. But Ulysses Hayes did take Toronto on the money line. Let's keep rolling. Okay. White Sox, Red Sox. Covey, Sale. Game time temp 75 Fahrenheit, wind blowing sideways across Diamond, 9 miles per hour. White Sox coming off a split of a 4-game series in Minnesota. I think we're going to find value with them moving forward. I did say that at the beginning of the year, and I actually hit a couple times with them, and then they were 3-15 all of a sudden. I'm off that. My man Josef Tucker giving a shout out to Mr. Loshak. Respect you guys. This is another game I'm off. I mean, Chris Sale has not looked quite as dominant. He's a guy who gets he seems to have arm fatigue. I'm not saying he has it yet, but he seems to get it every year. He's in danger of having his first 3-game losing streak in a Red Sox uniform. Not looking great. Not looking great. So I am staying off this as well. Staying off this. So let's just keep rolling. But Frank Alexander's on Red Sox first 5. I hope you're taking that at -0.5 or -1 or something like that. Like Anthony L saying, this line is way too big. We can't bet with Sox against a team with the winning record. I agree with all that. I don't see the right angle here. I'm off the game. Indians Tigers. This is an interesting spot. My man Ish in the house. Nice to have you. And Osmana Man giving me the shout out because I am listening, and we can cap UFC together and get that paper. Get that paper. Okay. Trevor Bauer versus Michael Fulmer. Marco Lou says Jimmy started to talk faster after he's teamed up with Pete. I'm going to do some video comparisons from the Vancouver Jimmy videos. Sure, Marco Lou, do those comparisons. But yes, I'm talking faster because we have a lot to get to. I am off this Indians Tiger spot right now. Bauer versus Fulmer. Fulmer's not been looking good. He's being affected by that offseason surgery. They're trying to do different things. I guess he's also feeling arm fatigue as he goes through inning after inning. He's just not looked good, and Bauer looks very good. Kevin K, Cleveland, first 5, -0.5 run. Kevin K, what line are you getting on that? King Art in the house. Nice to see that. Kevin K, could you let me know what line you're getting on Cleveland, first 5, -0.5? Because I see that play. The Indians just seem to have the Tigers' number. Tigers have lost 5 of 7 to the Indians so far this year. So please, Ish says, very interesting horse picks, Jimmy. Thanks, Ish. Get that goddamn paper. Chance Briggs says Tribe and the over. The over is an interesting call there. I mean, Bauer's striking out everybody, but still, he's not lasting long, and he is getting touched. And if they can get to that bullpen, 8.5 does seem appealing. Interesting. 8.5 on that. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong game. I was looking at the Sale Boston game. My fault. Sorry. No, I was looking at the right game. 8.5, yeah. -117, -118. Wow, the over does sound interesting. I'm curious to see what you guys have. Parlay Poppy going for a big score, +270, first 5 money line, White Sox. Corey Lowe got Justified 2-1. Hey, you know what? If you can get Justified 2-1, I don't hate on that play. But Corey, Gronk at 34-1. I mean, you're getting a great line on him. I bet you he could go down to 13 or 12-1. But Corey, the 2 races of the year where you go for the giant score are the Kentucky Derby and the Belmont. Belmont is a great opportunity to take a horse who raced in the Derby, got 5 weeks to freshen up, and the horses that have run in the first 2 jewels are usually overvalued. But, we'll work together on horse racing and keep doing it. Parlay Poppy says, I love live betting against the Indians. I feel that. And Kevin K getting -125. And first 5 team total over 2.5. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Ulysses Hayes says, Bauer will get touched tonight. And Mohammed Joma saying, how are the Mariners not a bigger fave? I know that it feels like the market's always begging us to take the Mariners, and it always frightens me. And I stayed off them yesterday. I'm not staying off them again today. Okay, let's keep rolling. I am interested in this over though. So maybe when's this game start? Probably at 7. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wonder if that's a great play, that over. Anthony L says, if you like the Indians in this game, bet first 5 run line. Do not take Indians full game lines. That's a very good point, Anthony L is giving us. Their bullpen is just trash. Old Mexican text, my man Salazar says, Noble Indy owned by the same group that owns Justify. Just like Quip and the Preakness, I see Noble being a target, not a rabbit. Why would they risk the future money to wear Justify out? Yes. Noble will definitely... Well, they... Yes, I mean, it looks like that's the case, but we already have Restoring Hope as being the target here. But I hear what you're saying, Old Mexican. Tex Salazar is a great horse handicapper. I'm very thankful to have him with us. Okay, let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. But I am very interested in this over, but it seems like none of you guys are saying that is a great spot as well. Parlay Poppy's on the first 5 team total over for the Indians. Fulmer's given up 11 earned runs in 12 innings pitched, not going over the 6 once in the last 3 against the Tribe. I feel like the live bet fade Indian bullpen. I like this over. Okay, no one's telling me to jump on it, but God, okay, I'm not going to jump on it, but it's appealing. Okay, the plays I did make, I did take Cardinals team total over at -104. It's over 5.5 at a small plus line in my book. I'm not taking it there. Did make it an official pick here, line shopping. I did, though, make both these bets. Cardinals first 5 -0.5 run, and Cardinals -1.5 on the run line. And I got, it's funny, I got -120 and plus 120 here, line shopping. But when I made the bets, I got -115 and plus 115. So I am on the cards. I do not trust Harvey at all. at all. And Tomor says, I don't trust Detroit's lineup against right-handed pitchers. Interesting. Ulysses Hayes on the St. Louis money line. Barsaman coming in saying overs 5-0-1 in Fulmer's last 6 starts. Oh, and Parlay Poppy's leaning over. That feels so appealing to me. Alert Eddie saying Cardinals leave too many runners on the base. You're right. They're not getting the clutch hits, but I do believe in them. Kevy K's on this play too. I don't need to harp on this too much because we got so much to get through. But in saying this, I think Harvey's going to get touched. I do not trust him at all. And I'm on those plays. Okay. Tomor says, I think Halep has value, minus 3.5 games. Very interesting. Very interesting. My man Anthony L says, Cardinals are the play, Jimmy. I'm on them as well. But Searcy's on the Reds. And I would much prefer being on the same side as my man Justin Searcy. Okay. All right. So nobody pushing me to take that over in Detroit, Cleveland. And okay, I'm fine with that. Osef Tucker says, I'll either be a genius or a fool, tripling up on the Subway Series. Yanks money line, no scoring first, full game over 7. Very interesting. Osef Tucker goes to these games, man. He knows these Bronx Bombers very, very well. So I would trust you, but I'm afraid of this game. I don't. Nice. Native Queen has joined us. Thank you for joining us, Native Queen. Wonderful. Yankees at Mets. Tanaka versus DeGrom. I agree with you guys. I don't understand why DeGrom is the favorite. The Mets, is the favorite. I know DeGrom is having a Cy Young caliber year, but I was shocked to see that he was the favorite. I truly believe by taking DeGrom on the first 5, I'd be getting a plus line, and maybe that's ridiculous looking back because Tanaka feels so susceptible. Baseball Bob says, let's take it. Baseball Bob says, let's take the over in Cleveland. Oh, CC Fitness says, get it, Jimmy. Wow. Okay. I need a little more. Yanks guy, another guy who knows his team very, very well, says, Jimmy, I don't like this game for the Yanks. I love the under 7 here. Mook 25 on the Yankees team total over. Thinks DeGrom's going to get touched. Frank Alexander, my man Frank Alexander's on the Mets first 5. Wow. Kevin K says, sharp money on Mets, Reds, Rays. Only take Mets first 5. Alert Eddie says, Yankees will win this game. Chance Briggs, my man Chance Briggs, Yankees run line over money line. Very interesting. So, man, that Indians-Tigers over does sound appealing. Let's take a quicker look at Bauer right now. 24 strikeouts in his last 2 starts, but didn't come away with victories. His bullpen is terrible. He's looked good. He's dominated this Tigers lineup. It's hard to trust this Tigers lineup against righties, and I believe that's what Tomor said. I'm on the fence. Oh man, no, this is no slight on CC Fitness. I love CC Fitness. He's my boy. I'm just concerned. Bauer is my concern. Bauer seems to turn it on when he wants to. I think he's a head case, and he seems to be a different pitcher this year than he was, the last couple of years, his whole career. I mean, he did turn it on the second half of last year. 6-5 with a 6.48 ERA against Detroit, but I think you probably can put a line through that. Josef Tucker says, Jimmy, I like Tigers team total over. Wow, so Josef Tucker thinks he's going to get touched. Mr. Pixgod says Cleveland owes us. God damn. Hail to the victor in the house. My man Molecular Ninja here says, did you cover on the Colorado Arizona game? No, we're gonna get to that soon. Yeah, Bauer owned them twice. I'm on the fence, and when you're down like I've been recently, it's hard to add plays. So I'm not going to make a move there. Okay, I'm not making a move on the Yankees Mets. I just don't see value. I can understand people taking the under sort of, but I don't trust Tanaka. In fact, I like the Mets here, and if you gave me a plus number, I would think about taking it, but I'm not taking the Mets as a favorite. Their offense is pathetic. Padres-Marlins seems to be a game that's put everybody to sleep, so we won't spend too much time on it. But we all agreed in the morning you can't take the Marlins as a favorite, and hard to take the Padres on the road, especially with Lauer starting. Lauer's coming off a good start, but the Padres are 2-6 when he starts. Ron Fig asking, where's the Oracle when you need her? Where is Native Queen? I'm sure Native Queen is putting together some action for us. Yes. I'm off this game. Two shitty teams. It's almost impossible to take the Marlins as a favorite. We'll keep moving here. I doubled up on the Mariners game. These Rays keep getting money. They keep getting money, and it's Moog25 says Mariners futures opinion. It's a really interesting spot. The Astros are still huge favorites to win the division. It was minus 400 when I looked yesterday. I don't really trust this. I think the Mariners are a good team. Don't get me wrong. I think they're a good team, but I don't know if they're good enough to take this division. Ish Kurt says I lean big on Marlins. Well, that's more than a lean. Tomer says Smith has been very, very strong after getting hammered, but Padres do hit lefties. Oh, Parlay Poppy. Team total over Marlins first 5 against Lauer. Gave up 5 earned runs in 2 innings to Mariners in May of this year. Yeah, but Lauer, is coming off a pretty good start, isn't he? Yes. 1 run, 5 innings against the Reds. I think Lauer will improve. I'm off this. All right. Marco Gonzalez versus Wilmer Font. This is another bullpen game. Tampa's lost 7 straight. I find it hard to believe Font, who's played in 3 different teams so far this year, is really going to be able to take care of business here. I don't like it. Tomar says Seattle's luckiest team in Major League Baseball, winning every game by 1 run. That takes skill to win those close games. But I hear what you're saying. Marco Lou says the Mariners apparently have injuries and 2 players are out tonight. Ooh, that's very interesting. Anthony L says Mariners only have plus 22 run differential on the year. That's a pretty lucky team in 1-1 games, no doubt. I really think that Font can't do the job. They're just using this bullpen enormously, and it's just going to start blowing up in their faces. I really believe that. I'm sticking with this Mariners spot. I doubled up on him, even with injuries. Like Eddie says, fade the Rays. My man Kevin K on it too. Eric Stifford says Rob Font got ripped every single game when he was with the Dodgers before they released him this season. Yeah, he looked terrible. He looked terrible with the A's too. They cut him too. I find it impossible to believe that those experts were just seeing something wrong and he's capable of pitching well. I'm on that. Doubled up on it. Then Astros minus 1.5. I got minus 118 when I placed the bet. I got minus 130. Line shopping at SBR odds minus 118. Fister's pitched very well against his old team, but I, again, just don't trust the guy. Never have. 2014 top 10 Cy Young Award voting, but he just doesn't seem like the same pitcher. But he's played well against these Astros. 2-2, 3.34 ERA, over 5 career starts, 3.18 ERA in 2 starts against the Astros in 2018. I just think he's going to get touched. I'm pretty confident in this spot, and I like it. Anthony L says I'll probably lose a lot of money going forward trying to fade the Mariners. I'm just not a believer in this team. I don't know if you will. And Anthony, I'll be very, very watching with great interest. CC Fitness says Smith is a solid pitcher, but I'd only bet Miami, in the plus money spot. I agree with you completely. Okay. Let's keep rolling. Nicasio is out for them, so that's fine. Don't need him. Okay. Let's keep rolling. Angels Twins. I find this a tough game. I believe in both these pitchers, and there's been a lot of value with Lance Lynn over the last few starts, but he's dealing with the blister. And, that's just a tough thing to trust. A big boy like that dealing with a blister, this nagging blister, been bothering him for the last 6 weeks. He has shown improvement over the last 6 outings, 3.34 ERA during that stretch. But I'm off this game. I find it quite tough. Double OU says Astros are not good right now. Astros game under. Interesting. They are hitting lefties much harder than righties. Interesting, Double OU. I'd like to hear more about that. Native Queen stepping up. I believe and trust Native Queen implicitly, and she's a big part of our show, so you guys can question the Oracle all you want, but please keep it as nice as possible because she's a valued member of the Low Bag family, and I care about her. Okay, SBR Forum coming in with breaking news. Oh, yes, Ohtani sprained UCL. I saw that. That's wild stuff. Ohtani, when you pitch every 6 days in a short schedule in Japan, it's hard to come over and play in 162 games over here in America is not easy. Not easy. And shout out to SBR Forum, my man Drew at SBR Forum. Okay, let's keep rolling. And Triple Bean says, why do you care, Scotty Rock? We are a family here. And, families squabble and families get in arguments and stuff like that. But, this chat is the very best part of this show. And Native Queen is a valued member of the Low Bag family. Kobe Valentine says Ohtani could need Tommy John. That would suck. Hey, well, at least his blister will heal. Zigzag Man says, under the play in the Angels game, I believe. That's not a bad idea. The under in the Angels game. Wow, they're 9s at plus money. Wow, that's strange line movement because 8.5. I guess that makes sense. Still some 8.5s on the board. The under. Wow, that's not a bad idea. What's the weather like? Winds blowing in, 73 Fahrenheit. Twins aren't hitting very well. Either are the Angels. I think that might be a great call. Who said that? Sorry, who just said that the under was the play? I think that might be a really good call. I trust these two. I mean, obviously, Lynn's dealing with the blister. When does this game start? 8:10. That gives me time to put in the bet. I like that call. Barsaman says Angels are 0-12 straight up versus a righty in the first game of a series with rest off of a home game when they won the last 3 times they faced a righty. Barsaman. Wow, look at that. Look at that. And if anybody is looking for trannies, one has arrived. Dating for sex. Check my profile. I'm not sure exactly what she's saying because it's Spanish. But we have a tranny. Walla Walla Dose in the house. Dope. Nice to have you, Walla Walla Dose. I think... Oh, Goose says, Jim, I am in Anaheim. It is a very slight wind. Okay, Goose, what do you think about that under? WO says, fade the Angels. Anybody, I think that's a nice spot. Hanging a 9. I don't trust these offenses. I like Richards. Been doing good work. His win-loss record hasn't been great in the last 6 starts, 1-3, but he's got 1.89 ERA. I like this. Zigzag Man it was. I think you guys are right. And Chance Briggs is on this under. Okay, I'm jumping on this. Oh. Nice. Lucrative Larry's talked. Ellard Eddie says Angels can't hit. Goose is already on the under. Okay, I'm sold. I am listening. To get my units up, I'm listening to the sharpness of this chat. I'm on it. Let's take it. Okay, under. Let's line shop quickly. Okay. All right, let's get to it. Angels, Twins. Under 9 at minus 119 at Pinnacle. Minus 115 at Bookmaker. Let's see what our friends at UWager. Minus 120. All right, minus 115 at Bookmaker. It's going to go down. What's the Greek giving us? Minus 120. All right, let's get it. Minus 119 at Intertops. Minus 117 now at Pinnacle. Oh, shit. Bookmaker jumped as soon as I said that to minus 125. Okay, I'll take minus 117 at Pinnacle. Under 9, minus 117 at Pinnacle. I'm on it. Sorry, all this tranny talk made me say pickle. Under 9, minus 117. I'm on it. Thank you, Zigzag Man. Let's get that cash. Zigzag Man says, come on in. The water's fine. I hope he's talking to me, not the tranny. Let's keep rolling. Diamondbacks at Rockies. I went with Nostra. I went with my man Nostra Toda. Now, when that first game that the Dodgers played the Rockies and it was a pick'em in Colorado, we were discussing what the move was. It was a pick'em, yet you got 40 cents more on the dollar to take the Rockies on the run line than the Dodgers. That was a sign that the market thought it was more it was much easier to see the Dodgers team winning by 2 runs than the Rockies team. And that same thing is happening here with the Diamondbacks and Rockies. Same thing. It's a pick'em. Yet with the Rockies, you're getting plus 195. With the Diamonds minus 1.5, you're getting plus 155, which scares me. But I did take the Rockies at minus 1.5 at plus 195. Available at Bet365. And I'm doing it. Greinke gets hit hard by this Rockies lineup. I know we don't trust Marquez at home. I know Goldschmidt is heating up. This was a tough call. But when it's a tough call and I don't know which route to take, I lean with my man Nostratoda, so I'm on it. I'm on the Rockies minus 1.5 and loving it. Okay, let's keep rolling. Royals Athletics. Now, we didn't get a chance to break this game down, and this is great. We only have 2 games left, and then we have a lot of time to get into all these other things that we need to talk to. Ralph Portwando, nice. I love Ralph Portwando. You guys should follow Ralph Portwando on Twitter. Very sharp capper and great with totals. Says under Jimmy, get it at 9, and I did. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, Cream of Wheat Jones just got on. Did we discuss Yankees-Mets game? We did. And a lot of people are on the Yankees. My man, Joseph Tucker, if he's still here, has a great read on these guys. So let them know. Let Cream of Wheat Jones know. Personally, Cream of Wheat Jones, I figured I'd get a dog line with the Mets. And with that anemic offense, I cannot take him as a favorite. I was leaning towards Mets first 5, but even that, I can't take. Okay. Let's keep rolling. So I'm on the Rockies. It was a tough call, but I'm on it. And here's my man Nostra saying, the Dodgers were plus 130, though. Diamondbacks don't have the same bats. I like this one. It's a coin flip. The odds of a game ending by 1 at Coors are slim. Nostra, you know I believe in you, man. You tell me to jump off a bridge, I will jump off the bridge. You tell me to do heroin, I'll do heroin. Okay, let's keep rolling. Royals, Athletics, Jacob Junis, Frankie Montas. I like Frankie Montas. And Jacob Junis just pitched against these Athletics and looked very good doing it. Game time temp 63 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out strongly. 17 miles per hour, but you don't know if that's true. Barsaman coming in with nice stuff, saying Athletics are 10-0 since June 1st, 2016, as a home plus 140 favorite when playing a team that has a worse record. They're not, it must be minus. Oh, as a home plus, they're not plus 140 though, Barsaman. You mean minus 140, I'm imagining. Let's go to this A's game right now. Money line, A's, get there. Wow, minus 160. They're a big favorite. My man Bill Butler says, Jimmy, I just want you to know that I love this show so much that I'm playing it on my phone, laptop, and TV all in the same room just for me. I swear I'm not touching myself. Definitely not. You know, nobody thought you were touching yourself until you swore that you weren't. Ron Fig telling me not to do heroin. Okay, but you know what? Whatever Nostra says goes. But you're right. Drugs are bad. Okay, let's, Nostratoda says, come to Montreal, F1 weekend instead. No bridge jumping or heroin injecting. Okay, that sounds good. I would do that, but that's an expensive flight. Isan Solfagari says, but if you do heroin, just use a clean needle. Don't share Larry's. I like it. Jimmy, I got to go already, but just wondering if you made a play on Golden State to close it out. Yes, Eric Sniffen, after game 2, I took the Warriors to sweep the Cavs. I got plus 145 here on the show. I got plus 125 when I bet it. And because of that, I'm not going to... Actually, you know what? No, it's not because of that. It's because King Rail is on the Cavs money line in game 4. So why bother adding another play on a minus 4.5, which I think they cover. Whoever wins the game, I think they can cover that. But because of that, I'm not going to... I'm in a good enough spot right here. And, so I'm not. My man Double U says, I'm from Oakland, California, and the A's are recovering from 10 straight games. Fade them. Oh, wow. That's an interesting spot. Thank you, Double U. I like it, man. I like it. Nostra says, great job, Jim. Good luck, man. Good luck, everyone. Let's crush the ponies and bases, man. Much love to you, Nostra. Yes, I find it a tough spot here. A's have hit just 222 in their first 30 home games. Here we got WO That's the way. WO saying that he's in the Bay Area in Oakland, and he says fade this team. They've hit just 222 in their first 30 home games. For some reason, they're not hitting in their ballpark. Second worst team average in the AL. Royals have totaled 4 runs and 12 hits in the 2 games without John Jay. He's been traded. Junis is their best pitcher, but he's lost 5 straight. He looked good in his last start versus the A's. Faced the A's 3 times in his career. 1-1, 3.14 ERA. I like Montas, but I'm off this game. My man Devon McDonald says Bags Cavs. Bag Cavs first half money line and full game. You know, Devon, we're almost there. Why don't you just give me about 1 or 2 more minutes and then we'll do it. My man Christopher Carter says, Jimmy, I was listening while cutting my grass, but came inside to tell the H-bomb is great. Do some and sit on the beach with a honey at sunset. Oh no, Christopher Carter, hoping that I start doing heroin. That's funny. That's funny stuff. Jim Romsey says heroin. Super creative bets. Oh man. Ace Farmer here says Scherzer tweeted that he's glad he doesn't have to pitch today because it was a long night. Just fading the Nationals tonight. Wow, interesting stuff, Ace. Thank you for that. Oh, tranny alert. Interesting. Thank you for that insight, Ace, on that Nats game. Very, very interesting stuff. He's exhausted. I love it. I love getting these insights from you guys. Wow. So that's interesting. So the Nationals are exhausted. The Giants are going in without Austin Jackson, who's only good defensively, and Evan Longoria, who helps. But that means the Panda's going to play a third, and Panda's been trying to get that job back. So I'm saying these are, I kind of had a lean towards the A's, but WO saying that they're a fade. I'm going to stay off it. And finally, the Braves-Dodgers. Oh, no, Walter Trotter says heroin isn't good for the foreskin. Oh, no, Walter. Thank you for telling me that. I was just about to find a belt and see if I can chase some dragons, but no more. No more. Donald Trump says Jimmy does heroin at -115. Man. I can't believe it's not a dog line. Wow, Donald. Wow. Oh, but Jesus A is here if I need him. Okay. Parlay Poppy talking speedballs. Okay, let's keep capping. Braves, Dodgers, final game, and then we get to the very, very exciting stuff. Braves, Dodgers, Brandon McCarthy versus Walker Buehler. Brandon McCarthy versus Walker Buehler. Game time, temp 73 Fahrenheit, wind barely moving. Braves are 8-9 over their last 17 games, going back to May 21st. That Nationals to win the division on +130 that Tomor got me on is looking pretty good. Makes me feel good. Roger T says, I date native queen, male or female. Respect, Roger T. Respect. Come on down to Costa Rica. You never quite know. But I found the trick. It's not the Adam's apple. That's old school. It's the fists. Look at the knuckles. The knuckles tell the story of whether you're dealing with a tranny. Always look at those knuckles. Okay. Let's keep rolling. Oh, the Oracle has spoken. Where did I miss? Oh, Baltimore, Toronto score in the first. Interesting. 2 offenses that have been struggling against 2 pitchers. Well, I still believe in Hap. Interesting. Native Queen has spoken. Okay. And Ace Farmer says Carlos Martinez has kept his herpes under control this year. He has. He's pitching well. He's kept his herpes under control. But the problem is we don't know when they're going to flare up. That's why he's a difficult guy to bet on a huge favorite line, because you never know when there's a flare-up. Ron Fig says the moose knuckle. Ron Fig knows what I'm talking about. Flipper13 says man hands, yes. But also, they're hands that have been used in physical confrontation. Trannies are not to be messed with. Trannies are the toughest people in our society. Never forget that. If you mess with a tranny, get ready to get hurt. They flip the switch and they don't fuck around. Also, they have heels on their shoes. Heels can stab a neck. That's, I don't have heels. I have to keep my sharpened chopstick on me at all times. I got 3 or 4 sharpened chopsticks. But if I had heels, I'd stab people with them. Okay, Muhammad Joma did not know that Martinez has herpes, and that's why you come to the Loshak in the bag show, Muhammad. And I'm not joking. That's not a joke. This is not a joke. Carlos Martinez has herpes, and it's difficult to know when they're going to flare up and when the right time to fade him. And that's why you don't take him when he's a huge favorite. And Justin Searcy says, are we going to talk about games? You're right. Game time temp, 73 Fahrenheit. McCarthy is returning to L.A. McCarthy, 5-2, 4.83 ERA, 1.50 whip. Veterans giving up 2 earned runs or fewer in 3 of his last 4 outings. Then we have Buehler, who's looked great. Now, he got touched a bit in his first start at Colorado. You know what it's like at Coors Field. I don't think that means that he's someone we should fade moving forward. This is a tricky game. This is a very tricky game, and I'm off it. Braves are hitting 261 with a 759 OPS. Those numbers are going down. Dodgers are hitting 242, 735 OPS. Those numbers are going up. I did take on the early show at plus 190. I bet it last night. I don't know why I didn't make it an official pick when I bet it, but because I got 20 cents less on it. But I did take the Dodgers to win the division here officially on the show at plus 190. That's what up. That's what it is. And that's the baseball. So let's quickly go over my picks and plays here. So I stayed off that. I took the under 8 at plus 100, Brewers, Phillies. I stayed off the Orioles, Jays. I stayed off the White Sox, Red Sox. I came very close to taking the over in the Indians, Tigers, and decided not to. I made 3 plays on the Cardinals game, but I only bet 2 of them because I couldn't get the line that I could get line shopping at SBRodds.com. I have the Cardinals team total over 5 at minus 104. At Bet365, they're only hanging a 5.5 at plus money, and that's not enough for me, even though I think Harvey's going to get faded. First 5 minus a half run, full game at minus 120, and full game run line plus 120. Next up, I stayed off the Yankees-Mets game. All right? And Padres Marlins, stayed off of it. Oh, Frank Alexander coming in with the Dodgers over. Interesting. I doubled up on the Mariners. First 5 full game. Now, all the late money is going in on the Rays. That happened again yesterday. It's a tricky spot, but I'm going to follow through with it today. I have the Astros on the run line minus 118. When I bet it, I had to take 130. And then I did take this under, and I haven't bet that yet, so I need to make a note that I need to bet it. I'm on the Angels Twins under 9 at minus 117. Kobe Valentine on the player prop. Matt Kemp to hit a homer tonight. You know, he's very, very hot, but I don't trust the veterans after long flights and traveling across the country. But he's very hot right now. I have him in the baseball pool. And then Parlay Poppy says, holy moly, who's going on these Rays? Seriously. Rockies minus 1.5 on the run line. And that is the end of my action. All right, so that's what it is, and that's what it isn't. Let's double UO says triple up on Seattle, Jimmy. I'm not going to, but I guess you would say that the team total over would be the play. I'm comfortable doubling up on them. I'm very uncomfortable with the line movement, but I hear you, WUO, and we're thankful to have you in the chat. I don't remember seeing your name before, so very thankful to have you on the chat. Okay, that's what's up. Now it's time to move on to the NBA segment. The NBA segment. Are we in a situation where the series ends and LeBron plays his last game in a Cleveland Cavaliers uniform? Very, very exciting. So I hit with the Warriors last game. I doubled up on it. When the line moved down to 3.5, I was wondering if the late money was going to come on Cleveland. It hasn't. The line has moved in Cleveland's direction, but not majorly. I could have got a 4 at the end of the morning show. There's no 4s available right now. Looking at this, there's a back to 5 at Heritage. Just 4.5s on the board. I think the Warriors take care of business, but I really don't think that I need to double up because I bet the sweep after game 2. I got plus 145 here, plus 125. So I'm basically getting this game on a big plus line, and I will take that. Parlay Poppy. Oh, Native Queen says Cavs first quarter. Parlay Poppy says, although Iguodala did play, Poppy said LeBron gets a triple-double if Iggy plays. What happened last game? LeBron triple-double, player prop of the century. Interesting. You know what? Why don't we take Chris Garza coming in on the under. Really believes in the under. Might be a great play. Let's take a quick look on the line movement with the total. Steven Alla says finish them. I think that's going to happen. Gary Avery says, Jesus Christmas. Jimmy, keep off that game. Some weird shit is going to happen. Really? So what do you think, Gary Avery? That's very interesting. David Osmana Man says, what idiot thought Native Queen was a woman? Me. And I still do. Oh, and Larry too. Oh, lumpy nuts Larry, who's hit 5 straight, does too. Okay. Tomar says I'm on the over. Okay. Going away from Chris Garza. Says the game almost went over in game 3 and LeBron hurt his ankle. Curry and Thompson both played like shit. Kendall Higgs says, is the over 55 first quarter low-hanging fruit being going over every game? You know, I think the Cavs have to play differently. But Tyronn Lue just sits on the sidelines having panic attacks and makes no adjustments. So, yeah, I mean, maybe you're right, Kendall Higgs. Maybe they're just going to... Man, I know that Love's gone for 20 and 10 in all these games, but I would say I'd still play him maybe 25, 30 minutes, but I would start a defensive lineup. I would have Braun at the 3, Green at the 4, Thompson at the 5, but they don't seem to be doing that. Peter McConville comes in and says Cleveland wins tonight. Mohamed Joma is on the Warriors, -4.5. And Walter Trotter's with me. Walter Trotter says, I think she's a beautiful woman and mother, and I agree. Seriously says, fuck this whole series. What do you mean? This series is the only reason why I'm not down over $1,000 this month. This series has been keeping me fresh. Line movement, almost exactly where it opened. Wow. You can get 215.5s, but 216 is really the only thing there. Corey Lote says, love sucks. I agree. I totally agree. Sucks isn't the right word. Sorry. I just think that he's not the right guy for this series. Now you can put him in some offensive situations. I just don't think he's the right guy for this series. David Gerard says Durant over 30.5 prop. Curry under 26.5. Durant cover points prop every time on the road, not at home. Very interesting. Very interesting. And Native Queen still giving positivity out when she's having to deal with a lot of negativity. We love you, Native Queen. And I'm sorry. You guys, I wish we could just move on and be the happy family that we were. Okay, let's take a quick look at props on this game and see if there's anything that's jumping out at people. Quickly, let's go. Let's find a nice little prop section for us. And then see if anybody's got props that they're really digging. I'm going to go right to player performances. Highest point scorer of the night, LeBron James at -240. Wow, Durant at +325. Curry at +5. I mean, LeBron is the only offensive weapon other than Love. So, most assists of the night, LeBron -162. And I guess the Cavs spread the ball around so much. I don't know. Let's see. Andre Iguodala points over 8.5. Total points, rebounds, assists over 14.5. That's interesting. Sean Robertson, says, quick question. In the over 4 San Francisco game, first 5 is big parlay, second to last play. Last one is late night Oakland over the total. Thoughts real quick. Sorry, quick question. Oh, you're on the over 4 San Francisco game, first 5 in a big parlay. And the last one is the late night Oakland over the total. Thoughts real quick. I don't like a ton of offense in that game, in that Royals A's game. I really don't. Double Up says LeBron points. Oh, wow, King Rails joined us. Nice. Says, have my uncles watching the show with me in Portland. They're cracking up over the chat. I feel you. And King is the reason. Now, King murked game 3, and I think it was the most impressive capping performance of the year. 5 bets, 5 for 5, 1 game. He had Cavs first to 10, Cavs first to 20, Cavs money line first quarter, Cavs money line first half. Those are both dog lines. And then had the Golden State Warriors to cover. It was as if King Rail read the script of the game before it happened. It was very impressive. And King Rail gave his plays on the morning show. And that's why I'm not adding the Warriors to my action. Draymond Green, total points, rebounds, and assists over 28.5. That's high. Let's go to LeBron. Oh, JaVale McGee, total points, rebounds, and assists, 10.5. God, he looks funny on the court. Let's go to LeBron James. LeBron James points over 36.5, -138. That's wild. Raul Portwando has been promised tickets to Game 5 at Oracle, but he knows that's not going to happen. I hear that. Tomor says, LeBron can't carry a team by himself. Look what happened after Game 1. Jesus A says, Warriors cover and Curry and Durant go off. Oh, and Alex says Warriors lose. Very, very interesting stuff. I'm happy that this chat is keeping my man King Rail's family interested. All right, so, LeBron, I just don't like those totals quite that high, but I expect him to go over 36.5. I really do. I think that King Rail says Cavs win tonight. Bron is playing for pride tonight. He won't let this be his last game in Cleveland be a loss. Yeah, I don't know if that's enough. Oh, my man Arthur Mead Jr. in the house says, do you have any opinions on the Arizona Diamondbacks, Colorado Rockies? Oh, come on, Arthur Mead. We passed that section, man. You got to go back to the video, man. We don't have time. We got a lot of important stuff to go over. My man Smooth drinking coconut Ciroc. That sounds good to me. I'll be drunk myself in an hour. Alex giving me a shout out. Thank you. I miss the legend Pistol Pete Loshak very much and can't wait to have him back beside me. Okay, I think I might make a move on that LeBron James over. I've stayed off of it most of this series. The only time I took the LeBron James over points was in Game 7 of the last series, and he took it no problem. I do. I agree. I think, but Iguodala's around. I'm not sure if I'm going to make that move. But it's very interesting. LeBron James to record a triple-double plus 175. Very interesting props. But I'm not making a move on this spot right now. Let's see. Mohammed Joma says, again, they can't stand LeBron, having sandbagging most of the playoffs. A sweep will improve their legacy as an all-time great team. I agree. Pink Eye Genie, not only raising pink eye awareness, but giving insight, says 51 from LeBron. Maybe they win by 2. Arthur Mead, Vino Rosso. I like Vino in this race as well, but not my favorite. I really think that tenfold can shock the world. Yeah, I think that I think LeBron is going to go off. King Rail says, I capped the game, pointed to the Cavs. Cavs should have won last game. KD went crazy, and Bron looked hurt. Oh, that's enough to get me off of it. Gary Avery says James is going to shit the bed. Okay, you know what? It's a minus 137 line. I don't like that. So that's what's up for me. I'm not adding a play on the Warriors. I already have them to sweep at plus 145 here on the show, plus 125 in my action, and that's where it ends. Although I do think that the season ends tonight, and I have no idea where LeBron's going to play next. No idea, but I hope it's in Cleveland. I love the city of Cleveland. I love going there. Only 5 hours from Toronto, and I enjoy it very much. I like Progressive Field very much. I love all the bars in that little section, and so shout out to the city of Cleveland. Ace Farmer. Oh, that's funny, Ace. Oh, that's funny. Inside jokes, but funny. Funny stuff. Okay, let's move on. Oh, I think he's talking about hurt feelings. I don't know. He does not look great. I'm going to stay off it. Okay, next up, the Belmont Stakes. I cannot believe you guys. I guess because we've been destroying the matchup, head-to-head matchup 6-1, that these books are afraid to offer it to us. I tell you what, though, as soon as we can find a book with some decent head-to-head matchup props, I will hammer it, I will tweet it, and we'll all get cash together. I know exactly what I want to do with them, but the books are afraid to hand them out. Bovada has 3, and they're not good. And Bookmaker, who we've been destroying, is not giving out any. So I tell you what, as soon as we get more, I'll tweet them out. But let's. Oh, my man Salazar says, a field of 10 horses in Belmont has happened 10 times before. The following post positions, winner and losers. Wow, winners were 3, 4, 7, and 8. Well, we talked a lot about what the track is going to be like. We've broken down the whole race. I don't even need to look at my notes. Basically, it's not going to be raining as hard as we thought it was, and the track at Belmont does a nice job handling it. Now, there's a bias to the rail. So if Justify can get out, now we know that Baffert has brought in a target for Justify, and Justify prefers to be on the outside. We'll learn more about the rail bias that usually exists at Belmont. We'll learn more about it when we're watching the earlier races. And I will be sending out pics on those on Twitter. So basically, the pace projection works out like this. The two rabbits and Justify are going to go to the lead. When we broke down the last 10 years, and you can find it on my video, I should actually share the video with you guys right now. So you guys take, actually, I'll do it right at the end. But, Von Polo says Bet Online has matchups. Oh, shit, Von Polo, you might have just changed the game. Oh, shit. Okay, let's see what we got. We were looking all over for matchups. Horses. Okay. I'm not getting it. Let's see. Future props. Horses. Horse matchups. No odds available right now. Horse props. Here we go. Oh no. No, these are not what we're looking for, man. We need the horse matchup props. Okay, so let's sorry, I didn't mean that. Very interested though. If you know Von Polo, if I'm missing something, please let me know. Back to the race. So when we went over the last 10 years of the Belmont, seven winners were between third and fifth. They were stalking the pace. We know that in a mile-and-a-half race, the pace just isn't going to be as fast. They brought in those rabbits so that the pace will be fast enough. If Justify goes to a 24-3 and a 49-2 first quarter, first half, he's going to win the race going away. American Pharaoh didn't get pressured, and he won the race very easily, and Justify could do that too. We know that Justify's Brisnet and Beyer speed figures went down from the Derby to the Preakness, and that's a red flag. I want to look for a horse that hasn't run the Triple Crown race, hasn't run all three, and is fresh and ready to go. Although Bravazzo has looked stronger each race, I'm staying off of him. I'll give you guys my picks right now. I want a horse that's going to sit and stalk the pace and then pounce. I think Tenfold is that horse. I have 6 exactor boxes. I have number 1 Justified and number 7 Tenfold. That's a $40 exactor box, costs $80. I have number 1 Justified to number 8 Vino Rosso. Vino Rosso won the Wood Memorial. This is his home track. Now, late closers do very poorly in the Belmont, but I believe that Vino Rosso can stay a little closer to the pace. Todd Pletcher loves doing this with horses. He loves taking a horse that has run in the Derby and looked good enough. Vino Rosso had a bad start, took a lot of mud in the face, still ran fine, or good enough, and skips the Preakness and has him ready to fire in the Belmont. I have number 1 Justified and number 10 Blended Citizen. Blended Citizen won the Peter Pan Stakes. In 2014, Tonalist went from the Peter Pan Stakes and won the Belmont. Then I have 3 $10 exactor boxes without Justify. Tenfold to Vino Rosso, Tenfold to Blended Citizen, and Vino Rosso to Blended Citizen. I am going for a big score. Oh, Von Polo says, just took it down. Okay. Well, you guys got to let me know if you can find anything. I'll be searching nonstop because I want to get these plays out. I want to make them official picks. I want to keep my records 8-1. Okay. So that's the Derby. Now, I'm just going to quickly, while you guys are talking basketball, I'm going to quickly just give the link to my Belmont video. If any of you guys want to check it out, it would mean... Well, no, only check it out if you want to get that cash on the Belmont. No pressure to check it out. Let's see where the hell it is. God damn it. Sorry, one last second. I know we're all about to get drunk real soon. Belmont Stakes, there we go. Okay, bang it, edit, copy. Rid of this. Here we go. Okay, if any of you guys want to check it out, there it is. Okay. Now, we move to the UFC card. Man, we got a lot to talk about. Yeah, Parlay Poppy, I will be dropping my horse plays. Old Mex in Texas, I agree with Tenfold. He's my number 1. He's my number 1 position also. Wow, Salazar agreeing with me and Tenfold. I knew Tenfold was ready to fire. Now, you have to take good horses out of the mix. I have Hofberg out of the mix. He starts from the clouds. We know light closers don't hit. But if my man Salazar is with me, you know that I'm on the right track, and I had Tenfold to have a huge race in the Preakness, and I was Bravazzo's teeth away from a $50 straight exactor score that would have paid $1,400 plus. Okay, we're moving on to the UFC section. So I'm going to need help from you guys capping, and I got my man Clint to give us the goods. So let's start rolling right now. The main event, Robert Whittaker versus Yoel Romero. Now, Yoel missed weight by 0.2 pounds. We're still we're waiting to see what that means if he can, but it looks like he won't be able to win the title. Robert Whittaker, the young fighter with a great gas tank, just outworks his opponents. Well-rounded, KO power, hasn't lost since 2014, riding an 8-fight win streak. Last won the 185 pounds title by beating Yoel in July 2017, but he got injured in that fight, being sidelined since. Yoel since fought Luke Rockhold. And there's Anna Merrick. There's my man Clint. So if you guys have any questions about the stuff I'm reading, Clint's ready to break this down and talk to you guys about it. And Bill Butlicker is here too. So Bill Butlicker and King Rail saying fade CM Punk. I like that. So let's roll. And I'm not going to be able to work with the chat because I'm going to be reading. So you guys break these fights down with the chat while I read this stuff out. So, yes, Whittaker got hurt in the fight. It's been sidelined since. Yoel since has fought Luke Rockhold for the interim belt, KO'd him in the first round. Yoel is 41. Freaking nature. Explosive wrestler who competed in the Olympics, developed vicious striking. Yoel has a tendency to gas out but explodes to finish his opponents when he gets an opening. Only loss since 2011 was to Whittaker for the title by majority decision. Of his 9 wins, 7 are by KO or TKO, and that's since then, in that time, of his 9 wins of that time. In his first fight, Yoel won rounds 1 and 2 pretty decisively. Hurt Whittaker's leg in round 1. Whittaker has an iron will and refused to give up. Came back to win rounds 3 and 5 handily when Yoel slowed down, as he always tends to. He's 41. Of course he's going to slow down. Whittaker is a chalk for a reason, but in Clint's opinion, the dog money on Yoel is the way to go if you're picking a side here. The dog money on Yoel Romero plus 190 is the way to go here. Clint says, I only see Whittaker winning by decision here. And if his leg isn't completely recovered, Yoel might have an advantage. The over is another play I think is good here. The line isn't out on Bovada, but I'd assume it's 2.5, and I think that would be a solid play since Rob's game plan should be to survive. And he's really durable and hard to put away. Then the degenerate special from Clint is Yoel in round 3. He's finished 6 of his opponents in round 3, and you're going to get a giant line of plus 1,000 or higher. Wow, that's wild. Yoel in round 3. And Parlay Poppy says, absolutely agreed on Romero. Wow. Very, very interesting stuff. And shout out to my man Clint. Okay, main card, Rafael Dos Anjos versus Colby Covington. It's a pick'em, co-main event. Former lightweight champ, RDA versus division black hat Colby Covington. Colby has skyrocketed to the top of the division through offensive trash talk and brutal grinding style that sees his opponents wilt. He's a high-level college wrestler that transitioned into MMA. He breaks his opponents and puts them away late because they cannot keep up with his pace and wrestling ability. His last fight saw him stop Damian Maia, who is the UFC's best submission fighter currently, although he's getting old and is a shell of what he used to be. Beyond that, he hasn't fought any top contenders. RDA was on a collision course with Conor McGregor. However, he cut a ton of weight to get to lightweight, and as he's getting older, that took a toll on him. He lost the title to Eddie Alvarez after nearly dying, making the weight for the fight. Since then, he's transitioned to 170 pounds, where he's undefeated and even beat the recent champ Robbie Lawler in a close decision. RDA is one of the most well-rounded fighters in the UFC, cold-blooded killer on the hunt to get his title back in a new division. Fight for the interim belt while Woodley's recovering from surgery. In Clint's opinion, Colby will win this fight with his wrestling. RDA is small for the division. Now that he's reached the top of it, I think it will start to show. That said, RDA is a more skilled striker, has great BJJ skills, so he won't be scared to go to the ground. Again, there's no lines, but over 1.5 rounds, likely a good bet. As RDA's gas won't run out, even with Colby's wrestling style, and I don't see RDA flash KOing Colby until he tires out late in the second or third rounds. So, Clint's picks are the over and Colby. And look at that, Corey Lote says RDA will beat Colby easy money. Wow. Grabica Mech says, I have RDA. This is a pick'em fight for a reason and could really go either way, says Clint. Whoever can implement their game plan should break their opponent. If Colby can take down, if Colby can't get the takedown, he's in for a long night. because RDA is a veteran striker. Very interesting stuff. Okay, Holly Holm minus 250 versus Megan Anderson plus 195. Holly just recently fought and lost to the greatest female fighter alive, Chris Cyborg, who buries every opponent. Forced several former opponents into retirement. Holly went 5 rounds with her and wanted more. She KO'd Ronda Rousey at the peak of her game, being a champion boxer and kickboxer before getting to MMA. Megan Anderson just won the Invicta, 145 pounds, the belt there, and they want to make a fight between her and Cyborg since there are so few challengers to her in the UFC. Clint thinks Holly is an easy pick here. Megan is a decent fighter, but she's in this position due to being in the right place at the right time. No disrespect, but Holly's a much more rounded fighter and has championship skills where Megan is untested at this level. I like Holly as a parlay piece. Clint is on Harley as a parlay piece with another favorite or by decision for a better price. This is a 3-round fight. Neither girl should have the KO power to stop the under. Wow, interesting stuff. And another shout out, Clint. Great work. All right. Then we have the Arlovsky Tuivasa, a Thai Tuivasa fight versus Andre Arlovsky. Tuivasa minus 260, Arlovsky plus 200. Arlovsky's a veteran of the sport, very talented striker. His chin is suspect. It's got to be close to the end of Arlovsky's career. After dropping 5 in a row, he's rebounded to win 2 via decision. Ty is a new kid on the block, 7-0, all by round 1 KOs. And Clint does not think that trend stops now. Prodigy of UFC heavyweight Mark Hunt, who also is a thick powerhouse who KOs people on the regular. Clint thinks that Ty puts Andre away due to his brutal KO power, and you can take him inside the distance for a straight play or parlay him with another fave on the card like Holly. Interesting. So Ty parlayed with Holly might be a great bet. Might be a great bet. Mike Jackson, minus 220 for CM Punk, a plus 170. Clint says, let's be real, this fight shouldn't be on the main card. Neither of these guys belong in the UFC. CM Punk is trying MMA. Mike Jackson can't even be called an MMA fighter. The dude was literally signed to be a fight for CM Punk because any other fighter on the UFC roster would bury a new fighter like Punk. So this guy got brought in just so Punk could get some pay-per-view buys from the WWE's casuals who watch him in WWE, who will cough up $60 to watch a fake fighter try real fighting. Punk fought an amateur fighter in his first ever MMA fight who was signed by the UFC in order to take him on, and he got submitted in the first round after taking a beating. Parlay Poppy says, this Jackson CM Punk will be disgusting to watch. All that said, we don't know anything about the skill level of either fighter, and this is a pass. If you want action, take it on the under. Just because in low-level MMA, it becomes obvious who has the edge, and they abuse it in the second. They find, and I think Punk at plus 170 for what we perceive to be a coin flip makes sense. Interesting. Grabica Mex, fading Tuivasa. Hard after round 1 live betting. Wow. King Rail says, CM Punk had a trail all week. That's not what you should be doing with your time and body a week of the fight. And that's from his uncle, who is a UFC fan. Interesting. Wow. Okay, very interesting stuff. And Bill Butler says, Jimmy, check your Twitter DM. I will. Now we're going to do a couple of hot takes. Clint's hot takes for the prelims. And he's got a bunch here. We'll go through them real quick. I know they're not as big as the main card, but Curtis Blades minus 180 versus Alistair Overeem. Clint says this fight is a pass. Blades, stocky guy who's hard to put away, got a chin, and Alistair's chin is long gone. However, Overeem is a much more accomplished striker and can put anybody away. But Clint says I can see Blades grinding out a decision here. However, the judges might want to give it to Alistair if he can land some flashy shots. Blades isn't much of a power puncher. The over 1.5 might be in play. And then the Carla Esparza versus Claudia Gadelha fight. Gadelha minus 600, Esparza plus 400. This is the WNBA of the fight card. Clint says stay away. Claudia minus 600 for a reason. She's on another level from Carla. Stay away from this. And then you have the Bektic versus Lamas. Bektic minus 250, Lamas plus 195. Says that Bektic has an incredible porn stash and is 12-1. While he has an impressive record, he hasn't fought the top contenders of the division and is taking a step up in class. Lamas has long been one of the top dogs of the division and was upset by Josh Emmett by vicious KO back in December. Prior to that, he'd only lost to the elite fighters of the division. Clint personally thinks that Ricardo Lamas is being disrespected and overlooked here due to the last fight. Wow. Says that Josh Emmett was underestimated and surprised everyone with that KO. Wow, very, very interesting. Clint's pick is Lamas, and he thinks he's the best value on the card. Very, very interesting. Lamas at plus 195. And then we have Oliveira versus Guida. Oliveira minus 155. Guida at plus 125. Oliveira, a very talented fighter who just cannot seem to find his groove. Unpredictable, unreliable. Wins when he's an underdog, loses when he's a favorite. You never know what version of him you're going to get. Guida, old vet, had renewed success lately. Personally, Clint thinks this is another coin flip situation where the younger, more skilled fighter, Oliveira, may just not show up, and Clay Guida might grind him out in a decision, and Clint's pick is Clay Guida. Now, Anthony Smith minus 310 versus Rashad Evans. The bookies just begging. Bookies are begging you to put money on Rashad at plus 240. Former lightweight champ, started to dip in his career, cut down to middleweight plus at 185 to try and renew his career. Riding a 4-fight losing streak. Hasn't won since 2013. Shit, this could well be Rashad's retirement fight. Wow. Flip side, Anthony isn't a top prospect. Hasn't really fought anybody prior to losing his last fight and has been KO'd by his last 3 opponents. Wow. Clint says that Rashad should be savvy enough to take this to a decision. But the way Smith fights, it might be over quick, with Rashad being the smaller, older fighter. Complete pass for Clint. And then finally, the final fight, we have Benavidez versus Pettis. Pettis plus 200, Benavidez minus 260. Joseph, the number one contender, and has been inactive a long time. Number one contender has been inactive for a long time. Sergio is the younger brother to Anthony Pettis, and many people think he's the better fighter of the two. This is an old lion versus young dog kind of fight where the favorite is the chalk for a good reason. One of these days, Benavidez has got to slow down. Is this the fight? That's the question. Sergio, taller fighter, point fighter, wins all of his fights via decision. Benavidez can wrestle, grind out a win versus Sergio, and Sergio hasn't shown much of an ability. If he can keep fighting standing, Sergio can point fight his way to a decision, but he's never finishing this fight. If you want to gamble, take Pettis by decision for a crazy juice plus 300, or you can just take the over. Wow, very, very exciting stuff. Thank you so much, Clint, for this great insight. My man, Bill Butlicker, I know we're going long, but my man, Bill Butlicker, wants me to check out what his comments are, and I will very quickly. And then we'll hit WNBA and the wrap-up. Bill Butlicker, where is he? Bill, what in the H, man? Can't find it. Bill Butlicker. Bill, what it is? Bill, where is it? Okay, Bill's telling us right here. He's on Covington to finish. Guida to finish home by decision. Whitaker TKO. Tuivasa KO. CM Punk by submission. Wow. Blades by TKO. Anthony Smith by TKO. And Benavidez by decision. Very, very interesting stuff. While we have King Rail with us, why don't we go over... Oh, I guess the one game's already started. Right? The one WNBA game's already started. It has Wings Fever. So let's just quickly talk about Chicago Sky, and then we will get to my man Lucrative Larry's Plays of the Future, and then we will start drinking heavily. My man Jim Rome Zadoo says this show's the shit. Thank you so much, King Rome. And my man Anna Merrick says, hope you guys like the breakdown. It's my first time doing something like this, but I'm a huge fan of UFC, and I'm glad to help out the show. Anna Merrick, Clint, you are a huge friend, a big part of the Low Bag family, and thank you guys all so much. Okay, finally. We have this WNBA game that's late, and we have King Rail here, who is the best WNBA camper we have working with, WNBA camper that we have working with us. So we'll see if he wants to give us a play on this, and let me get to my notes quickly. Sky versus Mercury. Obviously, the Chicago Sky have a ton of injury problems, and King would know more about that than me, but they have Stephanie Dolson with a strained tendon, Allie Quigley with a hip. They both missed that win over Vegas on Sunday night. They're both questionable. So it looks like a tough spot where you have to wait and see if they're going to be in the lineup. Mercury started out this road trip 3-0, which is good after losing 3 consecutive. Grinders dominating in the post as always, just put up 26 against the Liberty on Tuesday. And the Sky just erased a 15-point deficit with all these injury problems. And so I don't know about you guys. I'm not making a play on this, but I would definitely get a good look at whether Dolson and Quigley are going to be back in the lineup. And my man King Rail says, I capped no WNBA today. Had a flight to catch. Respect King Rail. All right, you guys. Before we move further, oh wow, did New York just hit a homer in the first? Are the Mets taking that first 5 lead? They are. I know. I knew Tanaka was vulnerable. Yes, the Cards already got a lead. Let's get that bacon. Wow, Suarez already being touched. God damn, Shasim better get out of this inning. Okay, without further ado, and Scotty Rocks on Mercury -5.5. But King says stay off that game. Oh, Guis, my man Rebel is also on the Mercury first half. -5.5. Wow. Okay, you guys. Are you guys ready? We have Lucrative Larry, Plays of the Future, Plays of Tomorrow. He's went 5 straight. 5 straight. Impressive. Let's see what he's got for us today.
Hey, everybody. I'm heading to the French Open today.
Oh, shit.
French Open. Told you I was going to stay off Korea for a while. I need to.
Just because everyone's calling you Bulgogi Larry around the office?
Everyone's calling me that. Every single person in my life is calling me that way. Heading to the French Open. Taking Simona Halep, -3.5 games. At -125. At Bet365. But I wish, oh God, I wish she would take me. What a creature.
Jesus. Okay. Thought you were just into trannies. No?
Not today, man.
Not today. All right, there we go. Larry has hit 5 straight, hit 4 straight in Korea, decided that he didn't have to stay hammering Korea, that he could go back and forth whenever he chooses to. Then he hit the over 5.5 in the Stanley Cup Finals Game 5. He's on the Warriors -4.5 tonight. He gave that yesterday. Remember, these are Larry's picks of the future. And now he's given Simona Halep. I think that's how you pronounce the name. Simona Halep, -3.5 games and -125. It's pronounced Juicy with the G. Okay, man. Juicy Rebel. I like that name, Juicy Rebel. You are part of the Loback family now. My man, Juicy Rebel. Okay, you guys. God, it's tough holding this show up without the legend Pistol Pete Loshak, and I can't do it without you guys in the commenters, in the chat. You are absolutely incredible. And, Corey Lowe just spit his beer everywhere. Okay, Corey Lowe. Truly, you guys, we can't do this show without the incredible cappers on our YouTube chat. I hope you guys have lucrative weekends. Make that money. Know that you're loved. Enjoy living life. There's a lot of pain out in the world, but let's come here as a family and make our lives better. And let's have a great weekend. I will be tweeting out head-to-head matchup props if I can find them. We've been banking off that. But other than that, know you are loved and get that guac!